The Sun will ingress the sign of Scorpio, the Scorpion, on the 23rd. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. This is your weekly angelic horoscope transmission for the week of October 18th through the 24th. We're going to include some of the main events going on this week. On the 20th, we have a first quarter moon in Capricorn. And again, on the 23rd, we have the Sun ingress Scorpio. So happy birthday to the sign of Scorpio, the Scorpion. We're also going to give you, for the Sun ingress Scorpio event, each sign and the house that will be affected in your sign and the zodiac angel of your sign. We'll also give you an astrology angel invocation for this event, for a biblical rite that you can do. And we'll do that later on. It's fabulous. It'll be incredible. So you should stay tuned for that. All right, now, how is this combination of planetary and astrological events this week going to affect everyone? This week, we will have the effect of the work that you've done, sort of what you may consider your best work, your most wholesome and righteous and purposeful work, full of good intentions, will bear fruit and will bear a good outcome and an ample outcome that is pleasing to the big wig on top, the big cheese at the top. That's what some may consider God, who art on the penthouse floor in the highest suite of suites, albeit adding pieces of flair is always a big boost of popularity. So what the heck does that mean? That means that good work matters, of course, but little flair never hurt anybody. So because the big wig, the big cheese, the main man, you know, all these titles for who is the high. We want to know who's the highest. We want to know who's the most influential. We want to know who's the most high commander, who indeed is the supreme commander. We want that person to tell us what's going on. So the way to get to that person, be it a male or female at the top, we're going to explain to you at the top of the pyramid who is the capstone. We're going to explain to you this week how to best position yourself. So you should stay tuned for the remarkable and incredible information we have at the end when we go over your zodiac sign with your zodiac angels and what you should do, because it's going to affect a different house for each sign. And each time, what you should do, it's not the same all the time because it's like a clock. It has many inner workings. All right, now, this is going to bring us to Genesis 8:20. And Noah built an altar unto the Lord, and taking of all cattle and fowls that were clean, offered holocausts upon the altar. So this is again from the book of Genesis, Genesis 8:20. So the Lord requests, but actually, it's actually mandatory. He'll make a request, he or she will make a request, but it will be mandatory. So when that happens, you need to know how to respond. So we have incredible information for you this week on how you should respond to the people who are indeed the head cheese. All right. So on October 20th, and we're using Eastern Daylight Time, first quarter moon in Capricorn, October 20th of 2015. Again, that's a first quarter moon in Capricorn. It's a waxing moon in the sign of Capricorn, the goat. This first quarter waxing moon in the sign of Capricorn increases the cooperation between the emotional and hopeful side of the personality with the practicality of the know-how part of the self, which when combined become able to manifest all that has been in the works or planned. So an ability to manifest what you have been planning, because various aspects of your personality come together here. On the 23rd of October, the Sun Ingress Scorpio event that we spoke of, that we're going to give you a fabulous invocation, angelic invocation, towards the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. It's remarkable. The Sun ingress the sign of Scorpio, the Scorpion. Happy birthday to the sign of Scorpio, the Scorpion, and the Zodiac angel Barchiel. The ingress of the Sun into the sign of Scorpio brings in the powerful forces of creativity and destruction. For there can be no creation without the consumption of what is to be transformed. Consider the terrestrial fire of lava spewing forth from a volcano, where the birthing of new land must first endure a great destruction of all that has gone before, albeit using what was before as a layer of sturdy rock, thus building the new world upon an unshakable foundation. Isn't that incredible? We're going to now get to the invocation of the various guardian angels for the various events, astrological events going on this week. And then again, we'll get to the fantastic, the absolutely fantastic information regarding the Sun and Scorpio event for each sign. The first quarter moon in Capricorn on the 20th. For this first quarter moon, the planetary angel is the planetary Archangel Gabriel, who begins to overtake the receptive nature of dark light, beginning to reveal the reflected light of his face to the inhabitants of the realm of Capricorn, Hanael. Now, we'll get more into some incredible, remarkable information about how you can invoke more specifically receptive or feminine angels with their specific feminine names, because when you have a suffix of el, it pushes it over into the masculine or projective giving side, and the receptive side has an AH at the end or an IAH at the end. So we'll get into that. We're also going to be giving you incredible information about the Sumerian, or the astronomy of Sumeria. We tell you what each planet is called. Now, for the 23rd, the Sun, which is the planetary angel Michael, enters into and greets the inhabitants of the realm of the territory of Scorpio. That's the angel Barchiel. All right, now we're going to move into the astrology angel magic evocations that you can utilize for this Sun Ingress Scorpio astrological event. The planetary archangel correspondences for you. We have the Sun, we have the Archangel Michael, the planetary Archangel Michael, who rules over fire. This particular aspect is solar fire. And frankincense or cinnamon would be the incense to utilize. The Hebrew letter resh would be what to utilize. And Psalm 119 verses 153 to 160 to get the best, most incredible blessings from this event. The Zodiac angel correspondences that you want to use are Scorpio. That's the Zodiac angel Barchiel. The incense to use is myrrh or ginger. The Hebrew letter is Nun, and the psalm to use is Psalm 119 verses 105 to 112. This would be the invocation. Invoke means to invoke it within yourself. Invoke into the area around you that you have to mark off with some kind of archangelic invocation of the four archangels. In front of you, you put the Archangel Raphael. Behind you, you put Gabriel. To your right, you put Michael. To your left, you put Uriel in the system of the Golden Dawn. That's for the Golden Dawn outer order system. For the inner order, there's different correspondences, of course. All right, now we're going to move you into the portion of this broadcast where we go over your specific sign, and we go over each zodiac angel. So we go over all the zodiac angels for you, and then we give you the house that will be affected by the Sun in Scorpio event on the 23rd, and you can use it any time there's a Sun in Scorpio event, and the house that will be affected. Okay, so for the sign of Aries the Ram, we have the zodiac angel Melchiel. The Sun in Scorpio brings creativity and renewal to your 8th house of birth, sex, death, and debt. Now this is intense, Aries, because this is a very important house for you. The 8th house of birth. So, you know, anything you're giving birth to, whether it's family, or whether it's creative projects or businesses or new ways to create money, or whether it's the ending of these things, or whether people have debt that they're paying off for these things. This is substantial. This is a very substantial event for you in your 8th house. So pay attention to this invocation, and make sure you add your correspondences. If you need help with that, you can contact us. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel, and I can help you and give you classes or information. You can call us and we can help you. Just visit our website at www.readingsbyrosemary.com if you need assistance with your magic, or if you need assistance with knowing what is going to come. Now, for the sign of Taurus the bull, we have the zodiac angel Asmodel, and we have the Sun in Scorpio event, which is the advent of a renewal of vows or promises made in your 7th house of law and commitment. So if you're in some kind of important relationship, let's say Taurus, let's say you're in some kind of important spousal relationship, or you have some sort of contract in business or work that you've made, this is the time that you need. This is the time that you need to renew contracts or renew vows made. This would be very important and very helpful for you with this event of the Sun in Scorpio event. For the sign of Gemini, the twins, we have the zodiac angel Umbriel. The Sun in Scorpio event allows refreshment and renewal of dedication to your 6th house of habits and health. So maybe you've made some, maybe way back when in January of 2015, so 8 months ago, you made some kind of a vow of what you were going to do with your health, or what you were going to do, with your discipline or your routines, or what you swore you were going to get done by a certain date. Now is the time to refresh and renew and reorganize and look over and recite again anything you wrote down that's a goal that you want to accomplish. You need to go over that and re-establish that once again. For the sign of Cancer, the crab, the zodiac angel Muriel, Sun in Scorpio, promotes a revival of fresh ideas in your 5th house of children and creativity. So for you, Cancer, this is a time when the very important aspects of your creative projects, your children, and the crab's creative projects that involve the children and their creative projects, and the grandchildren, and all the keikis and the extended family and their creative projects, and their kids. This is a time when you need to promote their ideas. And this is a time when you will be wanting them to bring home the things that you weren't able to produce, and they will then produce and bring that into manifestation for you. So this is a great time. For the sign of Leo, the lion, the zodiac angel Virchiel, the Sun in Scorpio event adds much wholesome opportunity to the most important consideration of your 4th house of home and family. So for you, Leo, this is about those things that are very close to you and close to the lion's heart. the thing, you know, what's in the kitchen, home and hearth and family, all those things that are close to you. This is a time for you to be opportunistic when it comes to adding a lot of wholesome and just healthy sort of a refreshment in the home. So in other words, if your home or your kitchen or your family has a strength to it, then this is a time to sort of add a little flair, as we talked about in the beginning, adding a little flair to what you've already produced in a very wholesome manner. For the sign of Virgo, the Virgin, the zodiac angel Hamaliel, the sun in Scorpio promotes your most creative projects and work richly in your third house of transportation and communication. So this might sometimes be easy for Virgo, and on the other hand, sometimes it's difficult. So basically, this is a time for Virgo, the Virgin, to promote through your zodiac angel Hamaliel your most creative works. And you will find that if you really put a lot into how you communicate, and you put a lot of renewal and refreshment into how you get from here to there, whether it's transportation or whether it's some kind of actual, not just transportation, but actually how you get from plan A to plan B, or plan B to plan A, that's what will serve you best. Now, for the sign of Libra, the scales, the zodiac angel Zuriel, the sun in Scorpio, grants ample amounts of blessings and a fresh start in your second house of money and possession. So Libra, this is the time when you need to understand that you will be blessed, especially if you do the ritual that we gave you, the zodiac angel magic ritual that we gave you, which is part of astrology angel magic. This will give you an incredible fresh start in your second house of your money, your possessions, what you own, how you can own land, how you can own property, how you can bring in more cash. Lots and lots of cash. Because they say cash is really where it's at these days, that you should be in cash. Now for the sign of Scorpio, the Scorpion, the zodiac angel Barchiel. Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio says, happy birthday to the sign of Scorpio, with radiant blessings to your first house of yourself and your appearances. So how you appear to others is of ultimate importance. And you are going to be putting your best foot forward in how you appear to others and into yourself and into doing the best you can. But just do it in such a way where your dignity is preserved. And just because you're having dignity, let's pay attention to what we said earlier on in this broadcast. After you have the wholesomeness and the righteousness and the dignity, then you add some flair. And that will put you where you need to go. For Sagittarius, the sign of Sagittarius the Archer, the zodiac angel Nachiel, the sun in Scorpio attaches newfound creative instincts to your 12th house of spirituality. This means, Sagittarius, that you have a newfound instinct, and a newfound instinct toward creativity and your best creativity and how to be more creative in the house of spirituality, your 12th house, in what gives your life significance. Because at one point everybody asked the questions, what is the meaning of my life? In Sagittarius, that's what will be answered for you during the Sun in Scorpio event that begins on the 23rd. For the sign of Capricorn, the goat, the zodiac angel Hanael, the Sun in Scorpio event, the astrological event, finds both new and renewed friendships taking place in your 11th house of friends and your reputation. So you can see that you're going to have a revival, a renewal, a refreshment of adding new friends to your life, new friends just made, plus a refreshment of the friendships that you've had. And that includes any kind of forgiveness where everybody forgives everybody, and people understand how others feel. The only way anybody can forgive anybody is just to walk a mile in their shoes. And indeed, people are learning how to walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, and therefore, it brings you to the point where you can and do understand, and then forgiveness is easy, and the new friends are easy, but the friendships renewed from the past are what are able to be renewed because of this type of understanding and forgiveness. For the sign of Aquarius, the water bear, the zodiac angel Cambrio, the sun in Scorpio, this event, this astrological event, doles out rich rewards and ample creative flair in your 10th house of social standing and fame. So here, Aquarius, you will see that this event will give you ample flair and give you ample opportunity and blessings for you to stand out in the crowd, for your social standing to be increased, and for your fame and recognition to be increased. Aquarius is a sign which pretty much knows how to afford the self-dignity. At that point, simply affording others dignity and honor as well will catapult you to the highest peak, the highest capstone of fame. But don't forget your cornerstone of allow others their honor. For the sign of Pisces, the fish, the zodiac angel Nitziel, sun in Scorpio, astrological, cosmological event, brings new significance to the world. Originality is the key. So you're going to be bringing on a new importance to the world with your originality. So the key word for you with this Sun in Scorpio event is originality. So bring that key word home, and that will affect your 9th house of life path meaning. This will give your life meaning. This will give your life importance. You need significance. You need to have an originality, and the Sun in Scorpio event will give you the flair and the creativity to have the originality that you've always wanted, to be an original, so that you don't feel like it's the same old thing over and over. And indeed, you can be afforded this, especially since now we're in the age of Aquarius. We are not any longer in the age of Pisces. We are in the age of Aquarius, the water bearer. And now, Pisces can experience all good blessings during this Sun in Scorpio event, if you play your cards right. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel, and stay tuned, because next week we've got something incredible in store for you.